All of the life that I can remember, I've lived in Kent. So I've been part of the communities here, lived in an area where there were quite a lot of needs, and so we could see day to day what was going on and what the issues were for people. So see very talented people who were held back by not having the right chances or not having the right influences. I've been passionate about Gillingham Football Club for as long as I can remember. I think my dad took me when I was about 5. Supporting a local football team and seeing those people come together in one place, you sort of get that sense of passion about why people are passionate about Kent, and that stays with you. You get to understand the way a place feels. I think community is just really a collection of people who understand and respect each other. People who understand that the person living next door is not just someone behind the front door, but there's someone who means something, who's got some set of skills, who can offer something to everyone else. It's almost like family. When families get together, they talk about events in the past that they all understand, they're all linked to. When communities get together, strong communities, they understand what their historic issues were, and they're able to welcome new people in and give them that language and give them that narrative. So I can stand on the hill behind my house and I can see the school I went to, I can see this back garden where my wedding reception was, I can see my parents' house from the top of the hill. I could look round from the top of that hill and give you a story for each of them, and lots of people would share those stories, and that sense of community comes from that sort of shared story, that shared understanding of what somewhere's about. We work in sort of 4 areas of work really. So training and employment, we deliver community development work, which can be a range of work, anything that the local community needs really. We also have social enterprise projects, and we do resident involvement for West Kent Housing, but also for service users and customers that engage with us. I think the big issue over the last few years for the community is unemployment and the effect of the economy changing, and particularly for young people. So people talk about a lost generation of young people, but we really do see up to 20-25% of young people in our communities being unemployed and really struggling to get a chance.
My name's Keith Rowell. I'm the Youth Work Manager for West Kent Extra, and I've worked for West Kent Extra for 8 years now, since about 2005. House is a facility that we work with young people in. It runs 3 nights a week here in Edenbridge. It's open access, they don't pay to come in here. They can come and do a range of activities, fun activities, not all about drugs and alcohol, but there's support there. So we're giving young people support where and how they need it, and we're doing it at times when they want it. I've worked for a lot of years in youth work. The same problems are always there, but of late I feel they've been exacerbated, particularly because of the financial crisis we had in 2008. People out there are suffering real hardship. The young people that come in here are mainly off our estates, Stangrove and Spittals Cross. Some of them are fine, some of them are dabbling with this and that, they're getting into trouble, issues around drugs, substance misuse. We have to deal with all those issues with our young people. It's about challenging their behaviours and attitudes, and more importantly the consequences, and how that will affect them now and for the rest of their lives. So they're not in education, they're not in employment, they're not in training, and what do they do? What do you do? They've got no money. How do you make money? A lot of young people feel a bit angry, feel a bit on the scrap heap, their self-esteem dropping, etc. So we have a major role to play in sort of tackling that. We've become trusted and respected as an organisation that can deliver on their promises. Strong Partnerships has led to us getting commissioned for a whole range of new types of projects. We've got some new initiatives we're working with young people who are NEET, not in education, employment and training. We support them on a 25-day programme, and as an organisation we're offering a lot of apprenticeships to young people. We offer volunteer opportunities with them within the organisation. We've trained up young people, we can reference them, we can help them get work experience if they're unemployed. Anything, and that's our big challenge really, is to help them to improve their life chances and turn their lives around.
I was in house and I saw flyers for apprenticeship at E to Eden, and it's kind of something I'm into, something new, meeting new people. You get to learn and work at the same time, which I think is just a bonus really. It's really hard at the moment for young kids to find jobs, and the opportunity was there and I thought go for it.
My name's Rachel Ledwith. I'm the cafe coordinator here at E to Eden. We are in the midst of setting the cafe up. We are actually opening tomorrow. My apprentices started on Tuesday, and now it's just a case of moving everything into the kitchen, ready for tomorrow morning. The idea behind E to Eden is to try to create a place where we can offer training and development opportunities for young people through the apprenticeships and the voluntary scheme. It's also a place where we're hoping that we can try and bring the community together. We're going to hope to put on events anyone from the community can get involved in. It's not just a cafe, it's somewhere where everyone in the community can come, have fun with food, learn, socialise, get to know each other. So West Kent Extra is very strong on its social enterprise initiatives, and the cafe is another good example of that. The profits from the cafe will be directed back into house. So rather than always seeking funding by making your business run as a business and still have the social aspect to it, it becomes much more viable and actually much more important in the community. I think another measure of the success will be if the apprentices and the volunteers that we've employed can go on and get jobs, and the work experience and the knowledge that they gain here will help them do that. As an overall measure of success is just if the cafe is seen as a hub of the community rather than just being somewhere to come and get a sandwich.
I think the Eden Centre and the House Project and the Eden Cafe in here are an interesting new project for us. It's the first time that we see a social enterprise project and a youth project side by side, and they really feed into each other. So the young people will come and work in the cafe and get some employment and training experience, but also all the money we generate from the cafe gets reinvested back into the House Project. I think what's really nice now is if you look around the office and look around the organisation, not just West Kent Extra but West Kent Housing generally, you see 6, 7, 8 faces of people who came through Future Jobs Fund. So they started with us 2 or 3 years ago through that scheme for a 6-month placement, and actually they've really bought into the passion and the understanding of what we do and how we help people. So they started off as people that needed some help and support and inspiration themselves, and they've gone on now to help other people, and that's really what we're about. It's about empowering people to find some motivation and passion for them, and to be able to then take that forward and help other people in turn.
I'm a West Kent tenant, and so I receive the quarterly residents' news magazine called Neighbourhood News. They were looking for a trainee post to come back to work to reskill in West Kent Extra. I thought, that's got my name written all over it. They was really interested in reskilling somebody that had been out of work for a while. While I was out of work, I'd decided to go and register with local agencies, recruitment agencies, and was pretty much told that about at the age of 35, 36, that I was too old to go back into the office world. And this advert in Neighbourhood News told me not to worry about that. So I applied, I did, and I got the job. The joy I got when she told me that I'd been successful for a very small trainee part-time job changed my world, absolutely changed my world. From there, I became the resident involvement officer. It was really solely looking at putting tenants at the heart of West Kent's business and listening to them, and having somebody in my role as an officer doing that right up my street, absolutely right up my street. When the opportunity for Abacus came up, I knew that I needed to go for it, really. Abacus stands for so much in our community and gives so much. How can anybody not like that? I just thought, this is just moving on, this can't be true. I'm just going from trainee all the way up through the ranks. And this was just my dream come true. I'm not sure if other people would say working at a second-hand furniture project is their dream come true, but for me, it's still life-changing. My journey is still going with West Kent Extra.
A lot of my friends my age don't really have a job. Living with Asperger's was a struggle at times. I didn't really know whether to give up or at times, and some days you have work and other days you won't. With Asperger's, you like to be in a routine. With myself, I'm a little bit slower on the uptake of things than other people. Employers sometimes don't understand it fully. They look at someone else's CV and they might compare them, and they might take the other one because of the needs. I'd been looking for work before I got my job for a while. Where I had no experience, they didn't want to take me on because they said you needed at least 3 years experience. I was at the job centre and I was looking for work, and they asked me if I wanted an apprenticeship. They gave me an interview date at Abacus, and I came for the interview, and I was a bit nervous at the time, but it actually went better than I expected, and I managed to get the job. The manager came out, Paula, and she spoke to me. Paula was really friendly. She made everything fall into place. Everything felt welcoming and friendly. The atmosphere was really good. It made me feel quite proud that someone was going to put that faith on me. To this day, I still like my job. I love my job.
Liam is my newest apprentice who started in April. Liam brought tons of smiles and enthusiasm to his interview. He really was the best of the bunch, and that's why he got the job.
Since joining Abacus, I work at Gillingham doing the grounds maintenance. I put the divots back in the ground, bring in the goalposts at the start of the match and bring them out. I help with the catering. I run the kiosk. It helps a lot with my maths. And at first, when I first got the job, I didn't think I'd be able to do it because I weren't that good at maths, but everyone mucks in together and they help each other.
So you walk into the ground and you walk along the side of the pitch to your seat and you see the grounds people working, and when Liam started I vaguely recognised him, and as soon as he told me that he worked as a groundsman, I sort of put two and two together and realised why I knew the face and where I'd seen him.
Before I got my apprenticeship, I was living at supported housing accommodation in Rochester. It was like a bed sit. There was too much younger people there. They were a lot younger than me. And they were up through the night, whereas where I was working, I was getting up early and they weren't really. I'm now living in Sheerness, Isle of Sheppey. I'm living with my fiancée. She thinks it's great that I've got a job and that I'm actually doing something instead of sitting around indoors. It makes me feel great that I know I'm earning money and I'm learning new skills. Now I don't feel like I'm going to give up. The apprenticeships at West Kent Extra provide a really good first step, as it's hard to find a job for young people. I hope doing this apprenticeship will bring me more job opportunities, possibly a higher salary and happiness, hopefully happiness.
Abacus is a really important project for us. Although we talk about having 4 different strands of work, actually Abacus is the one that brings them all together. We also have lots of our residents coming and buying from us, so it's a unique opportunity for us to talk to those residents in a completely different circumstance from when they're paying their rent or when they're reporting a repair or when they're accessing any other service that West Kent offers. So it gives us a really interesting way of working in resident involvement that's really people coming to us and accessing a service by choice.
Today we've been opening the 3rd project, which is Abacus Maidstone. We've all been here trying to move the furniture in, getting things set up, making it nice for people to come in. We've been speaking to the people in the local community, and it's been in for 2 weeks and there's no graffiti on it, nobody's abused it. Initially, Abacus was set up to serve the residents of West Kent Extra. A few years back it became a social enterprise, so it needed to serve the whole of the community. Aside from the furniture that we sell, Abacus offers a place for people to come. We're able to signpost people to other services in their community. That could be children's centres, local benefits office, talking about welfare reform. It could be that they just need to talk to their landlord and they're not sure who their landlord is. Parkwood's been part of Maidstone for as long as I can remember. It never had a particularly brilliant reputation and it's quite a run-down area. It doesn't look particularly great at the minute because there's a lot of regeneration going on. They're building new homes, they're knocking down the old homes, the 1960s style houses. It's a really close-knit community. There's a lot of unemployment, there's a lot of teen pregnancies and single mums up here. But there's a real community spirit. People really pull together. They want to make it a really nice area. Maidstone Abacus has been in development for about 6 months now. We've been working with Golding Vision, who are the charitable arm of Golding Housing. It really benefits both of us being a joint project for a number of reasons. It highlights that charities can work together, different housing associations can work together and run joint projects, and it also helps us to access funding because joint bids are what people want to see. They want to see other people working together and joining resources.
I think the Maidstone Abacus project is a really important step for us. Maidstone's an area with need, but clearly there are other organisations like Golding's working there. So we often talk about working in partnership with other organisations, and this is a really clear example of us doing that in a new area. So this is the first community project that's a 50-50 split with an organisation similar to West Kent. So it's Golding Homes, their community charity arm, working hand in hand, sharing the risks, sharing the rewards, and really helping the people of the Parkwood area.
think communities are really important, and we're starting to see that again more and more. We kind of lost it for a little while, and I think we've started to realise through this period of austerity that actually we do need each other, we do need our neighbours. And community is really important. It's important that you do know the people in your area, because you never know when you're going to need them.
I've been at West Kent Extra now for 5 years, and almost exactly. So as we come to the 10th anniversary, I've been here for half of that 10 years. I think like everyone else who has the passion in West Kent Extra, the best part of my job is seeing the impact we have. It's seeing people go through projects. You can almost trace their journey, and that's just fantastic to watch, that you see people really grow and develop as individuals, and you see communities benefit from that.
The most rewarding part of my job, just seeing a young person achieve something, the satisfaction they get from that. I think West Kent Extra should be proud about the diversity and the scale of its projects and the remarkable growth that it's going through.
The thing that has really sort of made me want to come and work for West Kent Extra and West Kent is, I think, the people. The way that the people work together and come together to support each other, no matter what it is that needs doing.
10 years is such a long time, and West Kent Extra have achieved so much. It's literally unbelievable. This isn't about just being a better neighbour. This is about embracing the whole community and taking it across the whole of the county.
For me, it's about seeing people grow, seeing people achieve their goals and their dreams and their ambitions. We're able to deliver a number of services without losing any of the quality. We still all believe in what we're delivering. So I think as a group, we should be proud of everything that we do, because we always do it with 100% effort and 100% passion.
I think the real strength of West Kent Extra is that it really understands the people, it understands the communities, and because that runs through the organisation, it makes the staff passionate, it makes our partners passionate about the differences we deliver. And I think, partly we were able to show people and evidence what we do, and partly we can just clearly tell our story, that people just pick up from us the passion and the interest that we operate with, that we have such a close link with our communities, that we understand them, and people get that. We know we could be helping more people. We see ourselves very much as a Kent-based organisation. Although we're at one end of the county, we'd like to help support the whole county, be firmly part of the Kent landscape.